Yo, yo!
What's good, buddy?
What up, baby?
All right, roll the intro.
It's from a deep left field. That is gone. David Wright brings himself back into the line. To the Bulls foul. No. Anthony for three. Bang! That one goes down. Fires caught. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson scores.
There it goes! See ya! Oh, what a
Welcome to the Any Podcast, where we talk about anything at any given time.
But the main focus is always New York.
Oh well, you're still wearing. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say we got baseball. We're not wearing our team gear like we were a couple weeks ago.
It's all right. I have a serious problem.
That's a fire hat, by the way.
Thank you. I literally just got it the other night at the game because I can't go. I love that. That's a great hat. Definitely have no handouts in life.
Yeah, facts. I guess shout
But I
out
have
to
a
Dungeon Forward
serious-
who made this hat, even though they didn't hire me to do shoot that we were supposed to do. But no here, no there.
That color is fire too. I like that shit.
I know. I wish they hired me.
Dill, I have a serious fucking problem when it comes to going to Met games. I can't go to a Met game without buying a hat.
Oh, I feel that. I don't see that
But
as a
every
problem.
single time, they're like $40 a piece, bro.
That's I mean, you don't go to that many games a year. It's fine.
I mean,
if you're coming out with fire hats like that, then I see that
this
as
shit is like
I see that as
got the
justified.
nice patch on the side.
What is that even for?
It's the
Army or
military appreciation
Oh.
day,
I can't even be mad. That hat is clean as fuck.
and it's got the green brim underneath. You already know.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope so.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Yes,
mean,
man, you already know. It is what it is. I'm gonna keep buying hats. I don't have the space for them anymore, but let's go Mets. That's all I'm saying.
man,
Oh God.
you got a euro for the people.
I think I do have a year for the people.
I got one.
Alright.
It's not a happy one either. Usually my takes aren't happy, but
No. Listen. It is what it is. But I can genuinely tell you that me personally, as a Met fan, I could see Frankie Alvarez winning the MVP one day,
oh,
league MVP.
that's an interesting one.
I can see Frankie Alvarez winning league MVP one day because this kid he's basically the OG Anunoby that the Mets needed to help. We all know, yeah, it's the Grimace effect, it's the Grimace era, sure.
Our Lord and Savior,
fans-
Grimace Christ.
Met fans will grab onto anything and just hold on for dear life like you're falling off a cliff to give credit to other than the team. Cool, that's cool. I love it. But Frankie Alvarez, since that kid came back, we are 19-1 since he came back.
Is it up to that now? Wow.
Dude, it's 19-1 last night.
That's wild.
We were down last night 6-2. And if it wasn't for his go-ahead RBI double, it was an RBI double, like killing it, right?
Yeah, you and Matt called it.
Dude, I think Frankie Alvarez is going to be the big deal, bro. He's going to be a problem for years to come. And I'm definitely seeing an MVP caliber season coming out of him soon, very soon.
Bet. Okay. All
What's
right. Well,
your-
mine is that the Knicks are not going to sign OG Anunoby.
Ooh.
I just got a bad feeling with it's very Knicks-esque that news comes out that he's not thrilled with their first offer and whatnot. And my whole thing is like fuck the offer or anything else. He's a CAA client. You should have the locks on him to at least keep shit quiet.
Yeah.
And if it's his camp that's leaking stuff and is trying to stir news and create drama so that he gets a better deal, then honestly, shame on them. Because that's just such a bullshit way to do business nowadays. And I know it's becoming commonplace, but it's just annoying. And part of me feels like it's just not going to happen. But to kind of put a positive twist on it, I think that they will sign one or two guys, including Hartenstein, or not including Hartenstein. I think they'll sign Hartenstein, especially if we don't keep OG, and go get a DeRozan and maybe, a couple other pieces and at least be able to be at somewhat of a level that we were. And then if that happens though, we need to go out and make a big trade. Without OG, we need to make a big trade. With OG, I think we can keep, Julius, keep everything intact, and I want to see this run back, at 100%. But
Absolutely.
since I'm talking about it, let's just, like we usually do, hop
Jump
right
right
into
in
the
there.
Knicks. There's a couple things that have come out of, freaking left field, it seems. But let me get your thoughts on the OG situation before we get into it.
I'm on the same boat as you. I'm very upset at the fact that this guy, um, yeah, OG was a big piece of the puzzle to our playoff run, to our success as a team. But I'm sorry, but if Leon Rose's son is his agent, there's got to be better.
They should
there's
be
more
locked up already.
professionalism. There should be more professionalism behind his approach to getting either a new contract or re-signing with the Knicks. It shouldn't be a Trevor Bauer type of situation where you're just picking at teams, trying to like bait other teams to try to get yourself a big contract. If you don't want to come back to the Knicks, don't come back to the Knicks. We will find somebody else. But don't play this little cat and mouse game with us, with our fans, trying to make us feel like shit, because we obviously know that you are a great player. OG, hands down, is a great player. Yeah. He makes a big impact when he's on the court.
I just wish he fucking stayed healthy.
Right. Which we don't even know how he's going to do in a full season yet.
He played roughly 50 games this year.
Right.
And one of those injuries came while we were extremely hot. The other one came while we desperately needed bodies during a playoff run. It's just
so if we pay him the $35-40 million a year deal that he wants, is he going to be getting injured at these, opportune moments where we're going to need him?
Right. It's like
that's at least how I feel. I know you agree with me.
Yeah, I mean for the most part, but I would still take the gamble just because.
Of course. Listen, if we sign him, we sign him, and if we don't, there's other options. But if we sign him, I will be very happy because obviously we are killer with him on the court. Killer.
Is there a number that you're willing to walk away from, or you just get this deal done?
Honestly, I think the most I would pay him would be 35 a year.
Yeah, that's where I start to, be like he's. When we get honestly, to 40, I don't want to go above 30 if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but 35 between 35 and 40, at least give him the 35. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
I would give him the minimum of what he wants.
Right, of his range.
Right.
Which is what most employers do nowadays. Anyway, but yeah, I would be like, all right, I'm going to give you 35, but you're staying healthy by any means necessary. Like
you're playing fucking ball.
This isn't Toronto. You're giving us your all.
Yep.
Because we are, in my opinion, right freaking there on truly contending for a chip. If we stayed healthy, we would have been in the ECF. Who knows what would have happened there? All the, silly Boston fans, I'll just use a nice terminology. Silly Boston fans, we're not even going to get into it about.
We're not even going to give them the pleasure of mentioning them. Okay, they're irrelevant.
All right,
also, real quick, that shit I put up on the IG of that big ass Tatum billboard in Times Square.
Yo, that's absurd.
Why?
Let's talk about that during the timeout, though. That's a good timeout topic.
Absolutely. Back to the Knicks.
Yeah. So a couple things that came up. And sorry for the hiatus we both went on. Chris and I had some stuff to deal with. We were kind of taking a little bit of break because most of our teams are out of the mix, and this is becoming dog days of baseball and whatnot. So not a crazy amount to talk about. But anyway, the Knicks, I heard at one point they were rumored to have interest for Lauri Markkanen. And then they also were rumored to 100% go for a scoring big man. Other than that, we had Obi.
Is that a Karl Anthony Towns?
I think so. There are other scoring big men, but I think it was supposed to be hinting at that.
Would you take Cat?
No, I
don't think I would. I think he's a little too zesty for me.
I'm fine with that. He's a great player, but when push comes to shove,
like, are you tough enough to deal with the New York crowd?
He disappeared in the Western Conference Finals.
Right. Are you tough enough to deal with the crowd? Are you tough enough to play bully ball if necessary?
I think him being a local kid for us would amp him up, and I think he would take it to another level. But I think at his highest level currently, he needs to show me something. I think at his highest level
Yeah.
currently, he doesn't have what it takes to be a winner.
Yeah, I agree.
I just want any and all Villanova players at this point. But
Oh,
are you down for an Obi Toppin return?
No,
I know you're not. I am.
fuck him and his ugly ass cornrows and his broad ass shoulders and his slender man fucking body type.
He's not slender.
Dude, when he did that in between the leg dunk on us in the playoffs, that I lost all respect for him. Fuck you. Eat a bag of shit. Don't care.
From a business standpoint, if we could get him at a good deal, if you want us to like
Keep him on the bench.
give him a Deuce McBride deal, I'm all for him coming off the bench.
Keep him coming off the bench. Never start that man.
And then, we could talk about marketing and we talked about Cat a little bit already. But did you see the back and forth between Bridges and Josh Hart during I think it was during the finals?
Nah, I didn't see it.
It was it was just funny. Y'all could go check it out on social media. But Bridges says something. Josh was like, "You're still in Brooklyn, right?" And then they just were going back. It was hilarious. That was real funny. What do you think about marketing though?
I'll
tell you what I think after you're done, because
I like marketing. I like the way he plays. Don't think he fits this team.
I think the complete opposite. I think he'd
really
be awesome on our squad.
Really? Okay.
Just his play style. I don't know about his mentality or anything like that. I mean, he seems like
when he was on the Bulls, he was good.
He's been even better since being on Utah.
Really?
He's been fantastic. I mean, yeah, I think he would be stellar. I would take him over DeRozan if it was the right package. I don't think he's a free agent. I think it would have to be via trade.
Over DeRozan. Wow, that's
mostly because of age and because of efficiency and effectiveness. I think that Markkanen gives you just enough, if not more, in some areas than DeRozan can, and he's like a freaking half a decade younger.
Do you think that Markkanen has a better mid-range jumper than DeRozan?
Mid-range, no. I think he has a better all-around jumper.
Huh.
He splashes from three. DeRozan
splash.
He hits them. You're talking about zesty. I'm trying to bring the zest.
Zesty.
Yeah, I think Markkanen would be a better now and long-term fit. DeRozan is only a better now fit. He's only got like 2 maybe years left, 3.
Okay, there's one player that. Sorry to cut you off, but there's one player that I think we should bring back.
Bring back? Okay.
He's a free agent this year, and I just realized it. IQ.
Oh, yeah. No, we
IQ's a free agent. Why are we not talking IQ right now?
Because it seems like just something that won't happen given the fact that we traded him. But I said this in a previous episode, and I've talked about it with you and B-Flow. I talked about it with you and B-Flow, I think, and then I mentioned it, I think on a previous episode. He was at one or a couple games, New York games. I don't know if it was Rangers or Knicks. I forget. It's been a while. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think he wants to be here.
Dude, and he definitely wants to be here.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that because they got him on the rookie deal and everything, that Toronto would have bird rights, but honestly, he's not the same as the last time I think of a situation like this where you need to steal somebody off of rights. Usually the contract includes a poison pill, which means that let's say year 3, the salary balloons to like 3 times what it was in years 1 and 2, which usually will deter a team with the rights to take that.
Right.
That's what happened with Jeremy Lin. That's why we didn't re-sign him. The Knicks wanted to re-sign him. Houston put in a poison pill contract, and they regretted the shit out of it because Jeremy Lin was not that dude. I think Emmanuel.
He was that dude for 1 season.
Yeah, half a season.
Half a season. Right?
I think that Quickly is that dude, and I would be like, all right, we'll pay you 20, and then like 50, and then it drops back down to like 30.
Right.
And I don't know if Toronto would say yes to that. I don't think they're in a position. Like, I think that they need way more, and they need to worry about spending.
Man, I really feel like if we had IQ coming off the bench, the OG sting of
I'd feel so bad for Deuce if that happened.
Yeah, bro, because he ain't getting no playing time, bro.
I think he'll still get playing time, but now it wouldn't be nearly as much. But I don't
He
think
wouldn't be able to run any offense like he did this year.
he didn't run any offense this year anyway. I don't know
You know
what
what
you're
I
talking
mean?
about.
Like at
No,
least like
I think he's better off ball. And Ellen Hahn mentioned this on ESPN. It was either yesterday or the day before that
Mhm.
I think we do need to get a legitimate backup point guard.
Chris Paul.
And it's a little bit too much drama with him nowadays, and he just seems kind of like an asshole.
Yeah. Hey, but
But
he's got Allstate. I mean State Farm. So fuck it.
is it State Farm? Yeah,
It's
it's State
State
Farm.
Farm.
It's State Farm. Um, I would be with it if he's coming in clean and nothing is gonna happen. I'm all for that because that would be
I think Chris
perfect.
Paul would be a very good fit to just mold these young players we have into just
After
geniuses.
after seeing what he did with Oklahoma City a couple years back, I really
bro.
would love to see that. Um, if he's
But that's
cold
neither
coming
here
off the
nor there. It
bench,
is
if
what it
he's
is.
well, I think it's a possibility. I
We'll
would be
see.
for it if it goes correctly. If it doesn't go correctly, you risk, you
Fuck
know,
off. If it doesn't go correctly, fuck off. Leave. Bye.
you cut ties. I'll pay him his whole salary and just be like, leave.
Facts.
Um, but yeah, I think we got some interesting conversations coming up when free agency starts in like a week and a half.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, we could keep it moving. Oh, I did want to mention. I put this in the notes. This was weeks ago, but I think I heard it during their podcast, the roommates. Did you know that Brunson is a righty when he's not playing basketball?
What?
He's only a lefty when he plays ball.
You see, man,
Can't
you
trust
see
nothing
why I love
nowadays.
this kid, bro? Like, how are you just genuinely like you write with your right hand, you
He's a
drive
su-
with your right
He's a
hand,
superstar with his offhand.
and with your offhand, you're leading a team to the postseason.
That makes sense
Like,
why his handles are so good. He could go left or right.
so he's
That
ambidextrous,
Well,
technically speaking.
if you're dominant righty, you'd be able to be dexterous enough. But it's almost like
He's
who was it?
dominant on
I think
both
it
sides.
was,
So if he could write with this hand
I forget
and
what.
ball out with this one, he's got to be ambidextrous.
Yeah, I guess that would qualify. I forget who it was. I think it was a golfer who shot opposite what his hand was as well, or who hit opposite. And it's because I think it was Phil Mickelson. He because he would try to mirror his dad while he was growing up, he became a lefty in golf, but he's a
Golfer.
righty everywhere else.
Wow.
So I wonder if like
Phil
that's the same
Mickelson's
thing.
a legend. Shout out Phil Mickelson. Hell yeah.
He's done a couple shady things, but
Yeah, what it is with it.
we'll keep it with basketball. The Liberty balling. I mean,
Yo, the Liberty, they're fun to watch.
they're
bro.
taking
I've
liberties.
been watching a few games. They're fun to watch.
Oh yeah, they're fantastic. I was just gonna try to pull up the standings, see
Well,
where
I
they're
know- I
at,
know
because
they
all they
won.
seem to be doing is winning.
Yeah, I know they won like their last like 8 out of 9 games. They were undefeated in June for a while.
They won again
And-
yesterday.
Yeah, and Brianna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu were just leading everything. Rebounds, points, assists, everything, bro. And it's a fun time to be watching women's basketball.
I'm sorry, they lost against the Mercury.
They lost. All right, so that's probably their first or second loss in June.
It's the Mercury. Who are in 5th. The Liberty are right behind the Connecticut Sun by a game and a half. In the entire league.
No way.
Wow, the conferences are so. I never realized how small the league is.
Yeah, bro. There's not a lot of
There's
teams.
6 teams in each conference.
Yeah,
That's actually insane.
it's crazy, bro. They definitely need to
Well, they're
expand their
about.
team.
They are. They have one team that they're expanding, or two. They have 2 teams. That's wild. I did not know that. Okay, so in the entire National Women's Basketball Association, they are number 2 at 12-3. Yeah, game and a half back from first overall place, which is fire. I mean, they're
It's
killing it.
wild.
They're killing it. They I think they both made Team USA. No.
Yeah, no,
Brianna and Sabrina, didn't they? I think they both made it.
I mean, I know for a fact Sabrina Ionescu made it because I saw her getting her Olympic jersey from her coach, and it brought me to tears. It really did, because she was so she didn't expect to get emotional. Like when you don't expect to get emotional, and then you see, something that you work so fucking hard for, and you had so much criticism for, and you finally achieve it. Like it's so refreshing to see that appreciation. And I think Sabrina just got very emotional at that point, and it was beautiful to watch. And I'm pretty sure she's gonna have some sick fucking kicks to go with that jersey.
Oh yeah,
She's got to pull out the Olympic pack. She's got to pull out the Olympic packs.
Did you see the Nike commercial where she's shooting from the bench essentially?
No, I didn't see it.
So you see a ball go through a hoop and then it zooms out, and then it zooms out to like her kicks, and then it kind of comes up, and it's Sabrina, and she just launches one from the where the bench is in a game, and she just looks back at the camera and it cuts to the Nike logo. Clean. It was badass.
Yeah, she's gonna come out with some dope kicks, bro.
Yeah, she was named.
She's already got great sneakers, but she's gonna come out with a few more pairs.
I think it's gonna be great. I think she's the way for people to get into accepting women's sneakers more.
Yeah, and I feel like her sneaker and her colorway is very Kobe-esque.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's
very Kobe-esque.
Silhouette is 100% Kobe. Well,
hell yeah, bro.
Kobe was her
idol, basically.
Well, and they were super close in real life. But
word. That's
Brianna
cool.
Stewart did make a national team, by the way.
Nice. So we got two girls in the Liberty. Hands on. Let's go Team USA in the Olympics. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Let's take it to the diamond real quick.
Let's do it. Let's do it
real quick. We don't have a crazy amount to talk about. You mentioned everything with Frankie Alvarez and the Mets going on recently. In Grimace we trust.
Hell yeah, Grimace we fucking trust, man. 7-0 in the Grimace era. Okay, the Mets
is going to go down in history.
The Mets have been unstoppable and resilient ever since Grimace threw out the first pitch at a game.
It's so ridiculous.
7 fucking games ago. And look, man, I don't want to fucking jinx it any longer, man. But it's fun to watch.
It's fun, yeah.
It's fun to watch a team that you thought was dead and gone as far as a season is worth, and come back and win 7 in a row.
How many times are they going to do this in one season? They started out the season, you thought that they were done for the season. They had a crazy win streak. They came back and they were in the mix. Then they started playing like ass again. I called them ass on the pod 3 times.
This is what fucking being a Met fan is all about. That's why being a Met fan, all it does is build character.
I was going to say, life. Just like that clip
for
of
real
the
life
Mets fan getting interviewed, and he's like, it just develops character.
Yeah, it literally just develops your character. It sets you up for life to not even have shit bother you, because you already know you're going to set up for failure. But I have a little bit of a bone to pick with somebody.
Okay.
Sal Licata from
Salad what?
Sal Licata from The Fan.
See, I never heard of this dude before. I don't listen to
Dude, please, just
it's a whack radio station.
Day job. Quit your fucking day job, because
that take you showed me was asinine.
Dude, he's a Met fan, and
he's not.
He doesn't like.
He's not a real Mets fan, so let's not even give him that credit.
Because he goes, okay, well, all these fucking Met fans that are giving credit to Grimace, not giving credit to the Mets. It's not that we're not giving credit to the Mets. We're creating a culture here of something cool that happened.
Right.
Stop being an old bitch.
But also, it's like, what are you complaining about? Your season was dead in the water.
Right.
And it's been revived.
We're a half a game away from a fucking wild card spot. And you're complaining like this. Like, just don't be a salty bitch.
It's June. Let's not even talk about playoff standings. But yeah, to me, it's like your season was over a few weeks ago. And now it's very much alive. It's fun. The team is playing like jacked up and everything. We have something like to have fun with the Grimace thing. It's like, why are you bringing negativity into this whole equation? It doesn't make sense to me.
Fuck, and I can't stand him.
So then we don't
get fired from the Fan.
We don't need to talk about him then. Anyway, time out.
Let's
Oh
do
well,
it.
I forgot to mention the Yankees. They're still pretty much balling overall. But
Yeah, the Yankees are in first place. Long as fuck. Goodbye. All right, bye.
Judge did get hit by a pitch, I believe, and I'm a little bit worried about that. We'll see what
She get
comes.
hit again. No, I'm kidding. Don't. I'm
That's
not gonna say that. That's not.
that's a bit fucked up. Um, I was gonna ask you when our notes were originally written, uh, about Soto getting injured and everything, and should they wait even longer to bring him back? But it seems like he's pretty much back. Garrett
He's
Cole's
back,
about to
bro.
return. Yeah, nothing to worry about in Yankee land.
Fuck you, Dylan. Bitch.
You're having more fun right now. Ours is just like this ship that's been steady cruising.
I am. Honestly,
They're like a
man,
ship that's going through the Bermuda Triangle, and
yeah.
like it went fully underwater, but somehow has resubmerged and is like
Oh, yeah.
actually flying.
Oh yeah. I'm running with a
Um,
torn. I'm running with a torn meniscus right now. That's just what it is. Full speed. You see that it pops. Fuck it.
I've done that.
Oh my
Literally.
god, that's so painful.
Yeah. You're telling me. All right, now I'll call a timeout.
Hey.
We're gonna talk real. This is gonna be a quick timeout, a 30, not a full. Let's talk about that billboard that we mentioned earlier.
Call Scott Foster because this was a fucking problem. Okay,
What's a referee gonna do about a billboard?
he can do anything. He's Scott Foster.
Fair.
Okay. There is a billboard currently in the city of New York.
Isn't that one by patent
It's
by
right next to the
MSG?
fucking garden.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Why the fuck is there a fucking billboard of Jason Tatum?
Honestly, if there's a billboard of anybody, it should literally be anybody but Tatum because he's been kind of ass the entire playoffs.
You could put a fucking billboard of LeBron if you want to before you put a fucking one of Tatum in my book.
I would have been okay if it was. I wouldn't have been okay because it's Boston, but I would have been substantially more okay if it was Jaylen Brown.
No.
Jason Tatum is so overrated.
The corniest.
The thing I showed
player-
you, the thing I sent you and
Yeah.
and B-Flow, the video of him trying to create that viral moment was so forced and so corny. Oh my god, it was so irritating.
I couldn't finish the video till the next day. Like I was just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna watch
We
it.
did it, or whatever the hell he said.
Like,
I
stop
was
it.
like,
What did
yo,
you pull a fucking Michael
All
Jordan
right.
rookie card out of a
no,
pack? Take it easy, bro.
he was trying to be Kevin Garnett. Anything is possible. It's literally the exact same thing he tried to create.
Just stop it, bro. Be happy that
He
you
did.
won your little fake fucking
He did it.
championship.
He did it the exact same way, and you know he tried to practice it too because he took the hat off and he screamed up in the air, and that's exactly what KD did. Or no, KD just I think held the brim of the hat. But anyway,
Yeah, KD was breaking
anything
down.
possible. And then this guy is like, we did it. I'm like, oh my god, you
Listen.
know nothing about optics.
Let's put it this way. This shows me that I just shouldn't give a fuck about this championship.
Nobody really should
Okay?
except
Nobody
Boston
cares
fans.
unless you're a Celtics fan. And even if you are a Celtics fan, you should be ashamed of yourself because guess
Even
what? You had the easiest championship I've ever seen in my entire fucking life.
I hope
right?
real Celtics fan, like legitimate fans of basketball, and not just people who are rooting for the Celtics because they're good. I could name a few names, but like I'm just like, you can't, like, you got to look at this championship and be like, yeah, we won it, and to a degree they deserved it because you got to play the team in front of you. You have, like, they played amazing all season. They set records and everything. So I can't fully downplay the fact that they won a championship, but at the same breath, it's like you had a cakewalk to get to the finals, first of all. And second of all, somehow the Mavs completely forgot how to play basketball. After steamrolling through the West, I was talking to you about the other day. It's just very odd. I don't want to go into conspiracy theories at all because I feel like you could talk about something like that. It'd be fun. But we're not even going to go into that. It was supposed to be a short timeout. We're breaking out of the timeout right now. Let's get back into the game, full force.
Fuck the Celtics.
Let's talk about hockey, which isn't being played anymore. Pretty much, not New York at least. Panthers should have tied up that championship last night, but they didn't.
Yeah, no,
I'm not going to talk about them.
It's
yes, and I'd be terrified if I was Florida right now. Sean, I'm looking at you, terrified.
It's 3-2.
You got Connor McDavid on the other side of this shit. It's. I'd have some fear struck into me. I'd still feel somewhat good because y'all have played fantastic hockey in these playoffs. Yeah. You got Barkov. You have Robert in the goal.
Kucherov,
Nabrab, what the hell's his name? No, Bob
Bobrovsky,
Bobrovsky. You have
Bobby,
Robert, in
Sergey
goal.
Bobby. We're gonna call him Sergey Bobby from now
Dark
on.
Bob.
Ricky Bobby, Sergey
But
Bobby.
yeah, I mean, we will probably wait another month or so to start talking about not even a month, probably a couple weeks to start talking about off-season stuff for both teams, Rangers and Islanders.
There's one thing that I found out yesterday, that the Rangers are letting go of Goodrow.
That was today, yeah.
Today, sorry. First thing,
Well,
first text I get.
They need to cut money.
First text I get, my father-in-law, big Islanders fan. Mike goes,
Is he?
I think, one of the biggest Islander fans I know.
I love how you said he texted you and you're proceeding to say the text in his voice as if he said it to you.
He goes, Rangers letting go of Goodrow. Isles should pick him up.
Isn't it Woodrow?
Goodrow.
Is Goodrow? Mm-hmm. Okay. Barkley. I know his first name's Barkley.
Barkley Goodrow. And he goes, Isles should pick him up. I go, yes, they should. I was like, but they won't. He goes,
it's the Islanders.
You're a negative asshole. That's literally the way he answered the fucking text. You're a negative asshole. I loved it. It was fun.
Oh man. But yeah, we're gonna have some things to talk about. We gotta speculate. We gotta do all that shit. But it's not in this episode.
Percolate is the percolator.
It's the percolator.
Hey,
it's time for the percolator.
You remember that video with the dude at the hospital?
Oh my god! All right, let's
move
on.
Of percolator and other drugs. Let's jump into the NFL, shall we?
That's a great segue. Is it because you're looking at the screenshot that was in the?
Yes, I do. I have it right here with the
Sauce and AR8.
Still single-handedly the greatest handshake in fucking sports.
I just did it. You weren't paying attention.
I did, but I was looking at the thing that you put. It kind of looks like you're going, like you're trying to pull a thread.
That's my meditation.
Oh my god!
Oh, good to realize I didn't even notice my ceiling's falling apart right here. That's cool.
Oh wow! Y'all motherfuckers got water damage? What the fuck is that?
No. It's really loud. Those are acoustic panels that I put up and
farted and it just came off.
This area it won't adhere correctly. But anyway, no here nor there. Sauce, we're gonna just get the screenshot out of the way so I could delete it because it's taking up 90% of my screen. Sauce tweeted, and honestly, it kind of opened my eyes. Like, good point. Are y'all really making a big deal because this 15+ year Hall of Fame quarterback missed 2 days of practice after being with the team all throughout phases 1, 2, and 3 of OTAs? GG's. Hilarious. I love Sauce Gardner so much. But honestly, fair point. It's not that big of a deal.
It's not. It's to me. It's more concerning about the whole Reddick thing than.
I think I think Aaron Rodgers is a big fucking hypocrite, to be honest. Because all he did during the season and into the end of the season was talk about, we don't want distractions like this. We need to keep it football. All this yada yada stuff. The only thing he's done is A, he has participated, but B, he's up for presidential fucking vice president candidacy. He's fucking taking days off for an undisclosed fucking thing he needs to do that's really important to him. So I'm
you don't want to tell nobody nothing.
You're literally being the biggest distraction this offseason besides Hassan Reddick. But then Hassan Reddick comes out and tweets like, don't believe what you hear kind of stuff, and is talking about, what's going on with him. And I'm just so confused at this point. Because either he blatantly lied to Joe Douglas because of reports are that they spoke to Hassan Reddick before the trade and told him, yo, we're going to take care of you, but we're probably just going to wait the year to do it. And I get it. You can't trust, don't trust the gift horse, whatever the hell that saying is. But
don't trust the gift horse in the mouth or something like that?
Yeah, sure, that. I actually don't know what that means. But
don't fuck around with the hand that feeds you potato chips. That's it.
Yep,
like,
exactly. I don't know specifically potato chips, but yeah, I mean, he's not reporting to anything, but he's also a very not very old, but he's an older veteran. He'll be able to turn it on. Vet. He's a 10 sack a year guy. Yeah. If the dude thinks he's good, he's probably going to be good. But also,
he's an old Bryce Huff.
I'm a touch worried though. It is worrying me because it's just bullshit, and we haven't had much of that this offseason other than Rodgers.
It's been
So,
quiet. It's been quiet.
which is a good thing for the Jets. But of
Yeah.
course, some had to pop up. Are you actually worried about Hassan Reddick, or are you kind of like me, where it's like let's just not even worry about it right now?
I want.
We also don't need him necessarily. He's
At
a
this
complete
point-
luxury.
Listen, at this point, I just want football to start, and I want to watch some fucking 8 and 5 touchdowns. I want to see Garrett Wilson break a single season touchdown record with Aaron Rodgers. That's what I fucking want. I want to see the capability and the fucking success that I know Garrett Wilson has. And with a quarterback like fucking Aaron Rodgers, should be no problem.
Do you
With a
think
line like we have, should be no problem. So
Yeah.
let's get it moving.
Do you think that if Aaron Rodgers stays healthy the whole season, that just playing with him makes Garrett Wilson like fuck everything else? Let's do an extension or whatever at the end
Yes.
of the season. You think
Yes.
that like that's all the convincing he needs?
Not
the
even going to let you finish the
organization-
sentence? Yes.
The organization is fine enough. If I have a competent quarterback, then I can be okay here.
Dude, look what the Vikings did with Justin Jefferson. They gave him the highest fucking. He don't even.
Yeah, but
he
nobody
doesn't
else.
even have a
I
fucking
think
quarterback
that's
they could trust right now.
That's a McCaffrey deal where that's the table setter and nobody's
Right.
going above that.
Like,
No other running back has exceeded that. Nobody's come even really close.
mhm.
I think the same is going to be with Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, whatever his deal ends up being. I think it's going to be well under that by like probably 7-8 million. And
Mhm.
if I had to guess, yeah, I don't think Garrett Wilson's deal, because you could play it both ways. You're more bent over than Garrett Wilson is, just because you could say like, well, I mean, you did all these amazing things, but we didn't win or anything. Like you didn't contribute to winning necessarily, which is, I don't think that's a valid argument. But
Yeah.
and Garrett Wilson could be like, look at what I did with no quarterback.
Right. Think about what I could do with
Pay
one.
me, bro. I'll give him 30 a year easily.
Yeah. Easy.
But yeah, I wrote some notes in here that I was very upset when I wrote them. Apparently,
Yeah, you were a little aggressive, man.
I was in my feelings with stuff that was
Jets don't
going on.
deserve success. Like that was Dylan just hitting a fucking breaking point with the Jets.
Yeah, apparently though, there was one good point that I put in here that I heard about, was that apparently you can choose the date of your minicamp.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I found that out.
So my whole thing, or at least I heard that. I'd never verified it. I should have. I'm sorry, people. But
Yeah.
apparently you can make the day the date schedule for your minicamp, and that begs the question, like, if Rodgers knew he was going to have this important fucking thing he needed to attend, why didn't you acquiesce to that? I mean, you shouldn't
Right.
acquiesce to one player, but in this
He's
case,
your
you
quarterback.
could have kept it under wraps and behind closed doors though, and been like,
Right.
hey, we're doing it these days, which is 3 days after, when
Right.
Aaron has his special,
And I'm
big-
pretty sure
big
he was
fucking
talking
thing.
to all his coaches and
He
the
had to
owners
have
and everything,
mentioned it.
telling them. So, for them not to work around his schedule it's stupid when you have the option to.
Yeah, 100%.
But
Let's end it with some MLS and then check up the deuces with a ranking of New York sports teams. I'm just gonna give a little bit of a foreshadow.
sneaky peeky.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I saying
A
today?
sneaky piggy, yeah,
A
exactly.
sneaky peeky.
So also 2 other non-big sport teams
The
are
Nike
balling the hell out. The
Nike-fucker.
NYCFC. Yo, the Red Bulls and NYCFC are balling still. On the table, they are 3rd and 4th, respectively. Red Bulls 3rd, NYCFC 4th. I'm just going to shout out my local Charlotte FC. CLTFC are 5th, and this is the highest rank that they've been at this point in the season since becoming a team 3 years ago.
Solid.
2 years ago, 3 years ago. It's one of those two. But yeah, so New York teams balling out. I'm trying to look at New York is 8-6 and 4, or 8-4 and 6, depending on where you put draws or losses.
Right.
And NYCFC is 9-2 and 6. But yeah, I mean they're playing damn good ball. They're right behind Cincinnati and Inter Miami. 3 wins behind. But yeah, hella good ball.
Proud of him. Proud of him.
when we wrote these notes, I don't remember. It wasn't that long ago, but Red Bulls win 4 out of the last 6. Lewis Morgan balling the hell out. He's got 9 goals. Damn near a goal per game. But
Pretty much, yeah.
a goal per win, I should say. Sorry.
Pretty much, yeah.
Goal per every other game, I would say. Roughly.
He's playing pretty fucking lights out. And when you play soccer like that, like you're that consistent, that is a must-have on your team.
Yeah, man. They both have squads. They're both killing it. It's really cool to see 2 New York teams in the top 5. That's wild.
Big fact.
But yeah, I mean, I still want to make it out to a CLTFC game. I gotta see. I feel like there was one in August where they play NYCFC, or in July. I think it was in July. I actually think it's coming up in like 2 or 3 weeks. Actually, now I think about it, I think they're playing the Red
Probably
Bulls.
get cheap seats for that, no?
They're pretty well priced. Last time I checked.
Oh, really?
But I'm just going for the vibes because
You gotta go for the fans, bro.
CLTFC knows how to attend a soccer game.
That fucking video you sent me of them, I was like, yo, am I watching? Like, what the fuck is this, bro? I feel like I was in front of the garden watching the Knicks game.
The whole stadium bopping. It was sick.
You better not be an overweight fan because that stadium gonna crack. You right? Let me stop.
They're about to get a remodel at Bank of America Stadium.
Oof.
For no reason. It's not that old of a stadium.
For no reason. Absolutely no reason. Because we have money.
We're going to put $20 billion into the stadium, even though it was built like 30 years ago.
Oh, shit.
All right. Let's chug up these deuces real quick. And we're going to do, I don't know if anybody else has seen it. I don't think we put it. I'll put it up in our story. But there was a page that put up a tier, a ranking for New York teams all time. So do not take what the Mets are doing right now into account, Chris.
Why? Because that should be credible.
All right.
Fuck the Yankees.
You could put just Grimace in one of the tiers.
Grimace is on top of everybody right now. Fuck that. He's
the face of New York.
Okay.
So usually it's S tier, A tier, and so on and so forth. This guy or person, I should say, put it as face of New York, good, mid, holding New York back, and absolutely ass. And I'm gonna stick with those titles because that is hilarious.
That is pretty funny.
Shout out to MJJ New York on Instagram. So let's start with absolute ass, and we'll work our way up. I would
Brooklyn.
I would like to throw in the caveat that you can only put. Wait, would that work out? You have to put 2 teams per segment.
Okay.
So not like this guy who had 4 in the face of New York.
Okay, cool. Brooklyn is ass.
Absolute ass.
Ass. Actually, you know what? I would even put the Giants on that.
Oh, Matt is
Matt is
like that. He's not gonna like that. Listen, and I don't think they're ass though. I think they're holding New York back. If anything.
Okay, definitely holding New York back.
I think right now, the Jets have to be there.
Ooh.
Be real about it. They've been ass.
Jets are complete ass
all time. Yes.
Yeah, we are. But complete us? We're gonna say that the Jets are complete ass?
I'm being real. I'm the fan that keeps it real.
I hate you so much.
You could put whoever you want. My absolute ass is gonna be Nets Jets.
Ew, that just
so happens that they rhyme.
So well together. It really goes. It flows right off the tip of the tongue.
That's not fun.
Oh man. Okay. So for mine, it would be, and this is just me being an asshole at this point.
You can put the Islanders or the Giants.
No, I'm gonna put the Giants.
Okay.
I don't have that much hatred towards the Islanders like I do with the Giants. To me, the Giants are like the Yankees. I can't stand their fans.
That's wild, Matt. We're gonna hear that from Matt.
But he's definitely.
Matt, I love you. I'm not putting the Giants there.
Hey, listen, I love you too. You're my best man, buddy. But
they are going in my second to worst though. But anyway.
But you're gonna fucking wear that shitty uniform on week 1. Just letting you know.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that. But yeah,
it's all right. Don't worry about it. So holding New York back.
They're getting it out of the way though. That uniform, just
yeah. They don't want to wear that shit anymore. So holding New York back.
They saw it. They got the response about the jersey and were like, let's just put this week 1 and we won't talk about it the rest of the year.
They immediately thought they were going to be horse jockeys. So holding New York back, who do you got?
I'm not going to. This guy put the Liberty in the Jets.
Yeah, I'm definitely not putting the Liberty on that.
I'm going to put the Mets and the Islanders.
Okay.
I feel like that's honestly fair.
I'll agree on the Islanders. I'll put the Islanders.
No, shit. Wait, I forgot. My bad. I'm
Okay.
gonna switch that to. What did I say? I said Islanders and Mets.
You said Islanders and Mets, but you said the Giants are holding
I'm gonna say Mets Giants. Yeah, sorry.
Mets Giants.
I
Okay.
meant Giants. I said it earlier.
Okay. I'm gonna go Islanders. I'm just gonna keep the Islanders there. It is what it is. Mid.
No, who else do you think's holding New York back? It's Islanders Giants too.
Well,
I said Jesus Christ. I keep forgetting who I
listen,
put. Mets Giants. You're putting Islanders
I
Giants.
put Giants ass.
Okay, wait. Who are you holding New York back with?
Just the Islanders. That's it.
You have to put two. I said.
All right. There's not enough teams. The fuck
Yes, there is. Two.
Okay. I say Islanders, and they didn't put this, but I would say Red Bulls.
No, you have to put the teams that are here. Jesus Christ. Chris.
Why not? Why can't I
You're
add
completely right. You're completely right. I'll let you put that in because now that's going to be more than two teams per, but they are technically a New York team. Technically, we'd have to include Buffalo Bills too.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You said the Jets are complete ass all time. The nerve of you to even put the Bills on this.
If we are bringing the Bills in, then
if we're bringing the Bills
can't
in,
put
then
them
guess
at-
what?
I
We're
guess
bringing
all
the Sabres
time.
in. Like we're
oh my
we're
God.
bringing the Buffalo
All
Sabres.
right, we're
in,
going
like,
off the rails.
I can't do that. So mid, who's mid?
Mid would I don't think New York NYCFC just won a title like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So you can't put them as mid, and they haven't been in
I think the
existence long
way-
enough to have such a bad reputation.
Right. I think the way that it is right here on this thing, I say Mets and NYCFC are mid.
I would, even though what I just said, compared to the other teams left, I'm gonna have to put NYCFC and the Islanders.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, am I running out of teams? No.
Good. 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 Okay. Good. I'm gonna put the Yankees.
Excuse me. All time. Are you
Stop
high?
it.
Are you
Stop
high?
it. Stop it. Stop
We have
it.
more than a century's worth of championships.
Yeah, half of them were on steroids. Stop it. This is
Also,
also
half
coming from
of
a
them-
very big Met fan, Matt. Dylan, I'm not gonna fucking put the Yankees at the top of the list. I'm not doing it.
Okay. All right. You do what you.
Good.
It's your.
I put the Mets. I mean the Yankees, and shit. See, this is tough for me.
I know.
I want to say the Liberty.
I'm okay with that.
I want to say Yankees Liberty. For the good bracket.
Liberty are in my good as well because they were in the finals last year.
Right, like they're solid.
They've all they've done is gotten better since their existence.
Right.
They kind of go up for the most part.
It's a process.
I think that's a fun organization. I think they have a hell of a future. My other team in there is going to be.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is difficult.
It's very difficult. We didn't
My-
even go through this.
my-
This is live, people.
My brain.
My
Rain-
brain is farting.
Rangers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Now,
Which for me leaves Yankees Knicks as my face of New York.
yeah.
If you talk about brand recognition, come on.
We're not talking about brand recognition right now. We're
But
talking
I'm
about
just saying-
all time.
Yeah, but I think that plays a part in it. If you think New York,
That's
the
cool.
teams you're going to think of.
If I think New
probably
York, I
first-
think a drug deal going wrong immediately. But that's besides neither here nor there.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now, to me, the face of New York, as a Met fan, okay, because I am a Met fan, and I'm a Ranger fan, and I'm a Knicks fan. I say Rangers, Knicks, face of New York.
I don't think hockey's big enough to be a face of New York yet. I think you got and the Rangers with how they've done in the last like 5 years. I think that they're pounding at that fucking door. I think if you ask out of market people, give me your first.
know
two
who
New
I
York
thought you
teams
just
that come to
said?
mind. What?
I thought you said Adam Ottavino. I was like, why the fuck do we have
He's
to
the
ask Adam
reason-
Ottavino?
Yep. If you ask Adam Ottavino,
Just
but,
ask a random fucking player on the bench. What do you think is the face of New York? The hot dog and the pizza. Done.
But yeah, I think that has to do with all time is it kind of becomes synonymous with brand recognition, like I said before.
Right.
I think if you ask people, give me your top 5 New York teams in order of like how they pop into your head. I think Yanks are going to be number one. I think they're the most recognized team in all of sports, pretty much. And if you're just talking New York, I think the Knicks got to be up there. I think if
The Knicks have
see
to be
that's
up there,
that's why I
absolutely.
wish I didn't put the Giants so far down because I think the Giants have had more than success, and I think recency bias played a little bit into that. And I would like to swap the Liberty and the Giants.
Let's put it this way.
I'm swapping the Liberty and the Giants officially. Put it on
Okay.
the board.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. If we're talking about just New York in general, no biased opinion, I'm gonna tell you the top 3 teams that should be on the face of New York. It's the Yankees, the Rangers, and the fucking Knicks.
Oh,
I mean the Yankees, the Giants, and the Knicks. Because those are the 3 teams that, yes, they've won the most championships, they've had the most recognition, they've basically changed the fucking culture of sports in New York at point in times. But I just, as a fan, I gotta be a biased bitch. You know,
That's
I
fine.
gotta be a
That's
little biased
fine.
bitch. So that's my
think
my
that
list, and
was-
I'm sticking to it.
I think that was a fun exercise.
That was hysterical.
Go back and listen for the order because I didn't keep track of it. But we had fun.
That
with
was
it.
live. That was live again.
But yeah, that was a good time.
Hell yeah, bro. That was a fucking fun time. Missed you, man.
I missed you too, man.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone through a lot lately, but we will keep pushing through for y'all.
Perseverance. Let's go,
if-
guys. Keep it
If
moving.
anything, I'll see you next week. But I'm Dylan.
Absolutely. I'm Chris.
It's any sports podcast. Talk about anything at any given time.
What? The main focus is always New York. Holla.
Holler. Deuces.
Deuce McBride.
Oh. Grimace, our Lord and Savior.